So hey guys, welcome back to the new video. In this video, we are going to start the second unit. I hope you guys enjoyed the first unit. And in the second unit, we are going to start conditional and iterative statements. Okay. So let us start this session. And before starting this session, I want to say you guys one thing that if you guys have any doubt while seeing this video, you guys can definitely comment on the video in the comment section, or else you guys can directly DM me on Insta or anywhere, whatever contact details I share with you guys. So let us start with the second unit. So what is this modulus operator? So you know this is an percentage symbol, right? In our daily life, we use this symbol to check or to validate the percentage, right? So in programming language, we use this operator to get the remainder of two values. Okay. So it will give us while coding or while programming, it will give us the remainder of two numbers. While dividing, we will be getting a quotient remainder, right? All this stuff. So to get that remainder, we will be using this modulus operator. This is known as modulus operator. In our daily life, this is known as percentage symbol, right? So definition is the modulus operator returns the remainder after dividing one number by another. Okay, hope you guys understood. So syntax is A modulus B, means A will take one number, B is another number. First of all, it will divide and then it will return the what? It will return the remainder, right? It will return the remainder at the end as output. So here in example, you guys can see that print 10 modulus 3. What will be the remainder? While we are dividing 10 with 3, what will be the remainder? 3 3 is 9. The remainder will be 1. So the output is 1. Of course, it is 1. So the explanation is, see, 10 is the number, right? Think it as 10 is assigned to variable A and 3 is assigned to variable B. So while variable A is divided with the variable B, then we are getting the quotient as 3 and remainder is 1, right? While we are dividing this 10 with 3, we will be getting the output as 1 because 3 3 is 9, right? 3 multiplies 3 is 3 times of 3 is 9. So 10 minus 9 will be giving us 1 as the output. So we are getting the 1 as reminder. And in this second example, you guys can see that 20 divided by 5. What will be the remainder? The remainder will be 0, right? Because 20 divided by 5 will be what? 5 times 4 will be 20, right? So the remainder is 0. So obviously output will be 0 because 20 is completely divisible by 5. That's why we are getting 0 as output, right? Hope you guys understanding. And in example 3, here you guys can see that variable number is assigned with 17. So while printing that number divided by 2 will be getting 1, right? Because 17 divided by 2 will be what? 1. That's what here it is saying. And the common uses of modulus operator is we will be using it while checking even number or odd number for a particular number. Okay. While we want to check a number as is it an even or an odd number, then we will be using this modulus operator. So, and for divisibility checking, we will be using modulus operator, and pattern programs, we will be using modulus operator. So from now onwards, all you beginners must know that this is an modulus operator, not an percentage symbol. Okay, in our programming journey, we will be pronouncing or we will be uh, terming this as modulus operator. Okay, so Let us step into the next concept that is known as random numbers. What are random numbers? Python provides the random module to generate random values. Okay, before using it, we have to import a module that is known as random module. This is the name of the module. We must import the random module before using it, because you guys know that there will be lot of modules, right? So those modules will be containing different type of built-in functions, right? There will be different type of built-in functions. To use those built-in functions, we have to import the module first, right? We will be importing the module at the top of the file. So yeah, you guys can see on the screen that random.randint. So this is an built-in function. To use this built-in function, we are first of all assigning it with random, right? This is random module name and then dot and then randint. This is the syntax to use the randint built-in function. Randint means simply rand means random and int means the data type integer. So it will return the random integer that a file contains or that a list or any kind of set or tuple or list contains. Okay, simply. So here you guys can see the explanation that generates a random integer between two numbers. Obviously, if we use this random dot randint expression or any kind of sentence, this is the syntax, right? So this is the built-in function in random module. So to use that built-in function, we have to follow an syntax in our Python programming language, right? So on the screen, you guys can see that this is the syntax. Random is that module name, and then randint is the built-in function, and in this parenthesis we have to write the starting and ending values. Okay, starting and ending values we must need to give to the built-in function randint, so that in this example you guys can see here, first of all we are assigning the random module at the top of the file, and in the next line we are assigning random dot randint, and this is the starting point and then this is the ending point to the number variable in the second line, right? And in the last line we are printing that variable number. So this will be definitely creating an random integer in this range, particular range, that is 1 and 10. So in the output, we are getting 7 as random integer in this, in between this range, right? You guys can once pause the video here and you guys can check random module and built-in function in the VS Code. Okay, I will be definitely explaining you guys some questions so that you guys can definitely understand what is going on. Okay, so let us step into the next example. Yeah, yeah, sorry, I forgot to say one thing. This is the possible output. That means we can get whatever the random integer, particularly in between this range. So the first might be output is 7 and then 3 and then 10, right? So these are some possible outputs in that particular range. And then here an explanation sentence is there. Every execution may produce a different value. Obviously, guys, the random module contains the meaning that it should or it must have random built-in functions and it must work randomly. So here is the second built-in function, another built-in function that is known as random dot choice. Choice selects a random element from a list, right? Selects a random element from a list. In this example, you guys can see that first of all, this is obvious sentence we have to write, must and should sentence, right? Import random at the top of the file. And then this is the variable containing the list of values. Those are colors, red, blue, green. And then in the next line, we are printing the random choice color. That means, see here the syntax, random dot choice. And then colors. Colors means this is the variable name. It is containing list of values, right? So this is known as random dot choice. It will return possible outputs. You guys can see here blue. This is an possible output. It may return red also. It may return green also, right? That is containing random. The module is containing random. So hope you guys understand. And then let us step into the next concept that is known as Boolean expressions. What are Boolean expressions? A Boolean expression is an expression whose result is either true or false. In Python programming language, Boolean expressions are true or false because Python is an high level programming language. So I explained you guys in the beginning only that each and every word contains meaningful information, right? At the beginning, I said that Python is user-friendly language. It contains only English words, right? All the syntax contains English only. That's why I'm saying this is an user-friendly language, right? That we can easily understand the meaning of each and every word in English. So that in this Python programming language, Boolean expressions means only either true or false. Okay. So Python uses Boolean values to make decisions. Obviously, it will use these Boolean values to make decisions. In these examples, you guys can see that this is the first example, print 10 greater than 5. Of course, 10 is greater than 5. That's why it is returning true. Right? True means सही है. ये तो सही है ना भाई. ये तो obviously सही है. 10 तो 5 से ज्यादा तो ही है. इसीलिए आउटपुट में ट्रू आ रहा है. And then in the second example, 5 is greater than 10. Is it true? सही है ये. Obviously not. That's why it is returning false. ये तो गलत है. इसलिए गलत आ रहा है. आउटपुट में गलत दिखा रहा है. यही है ना बात. So hope you guys understand. Let us step into the next example. Here you guys can see that मैं इधर क्या किया, मैंने इधर क्या किया, एज वेरिएबल को 20 को असाइन किया है, राइट. एंड देन इन द नेक्स्ट लाइन, अगली लाइन में मैं प्रिंट कर रहा हूं कि एज इज ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल्स टू 18. एज तो वेरिएबल है, इस वेरिएबल में 20 है, 20 वैल्यू है, 20 तो 18 से ज्यादा ही है, राइट. 20 इज ग्रेटर देन 18, इसीलिए आउटपुट में क्या आना चाहिए, ट्रू आना चाहिए, इसलिए ट्रू आया, राइट. So let us step into the next concept. Here we are going to learn comparison operators. What are comparison operators in Python? Comparison operators क्या है? So इस डब्बे में देख सकते हैं आप लोग कि these are the operators and accordingly we have the meanings of those operators in the right section. Right? So double equals to means equals to, exclamation mark and equals to means not equals to, right. This is the exclamation mark. We will be using this exclamation mark along with equals to operator. It will be known as not equals. Okay, and then this is the greater than symbol, all you guys know, and this is the less than symbol, and greater than or equals to symbol is this one, and less than operator and equals to operator, this along is known as less than or equals to. So let us see some examples of those operators, right? These are the examples of those comparison operators. In this sentence, we are checking that print 20 is equals to 20. I already said you guys that double equals to means verifying that is it equals to or not, right? So these all operators must work on two numbers. Two variables, those must be containing numbers, or else we can directly use these operators on two numbers. Okay, so obviously we will be getting the output as true. सही बात हुई है ना. तो 20 is equals to 20, 20 is equals to 20, एकदम सही है, इसीलिए आउटपुट में ट्रू आ रहा है. and then here print 20 not equals to 20. ये तो गलत है ना, 20 तो 20 से इक्वल होनी चाहिए, इसमें हम क्या कर रहे हैं 20 नॉट इक्वल्स टू 20, दिस इज एन रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट, दैट्स वाई हमको आउटपुट में क्या आ रहा है फॉल्स आ रहा है. So these are the comparison operators, and let us step into the next topic that is known as logical operators. So logical operators combine multiple Boolean expressions. There are three logical operators. ठीक है, लॉजिकल ऑपरेटर्स मीन्स मल्टीपल बुलियन एक्सप्रेशंस होता है इसमें. ठीक है, there are three logical operators. There are mainly three logical operators. That is, the first one is AND operator. Let us learn about this. This AND or operator returns true only if both conditions are true. Yeah, of course. See, AND operators only returns true when both values or both conditions are true. Then only we will be getting true. So here you guys can see in this example, ये जो example जो है ना, इसे बढ़िया समझ आ जाएगा. ठीक है ना. So let us see into this example. Variable a is containing b's 20. Variable a is containing 20, and what we are doing here, print a is greater than or equals to 18 and a is less than 30. We are using two conditions here, right? The first condition is a is greater than or greater than 18. That means we are checking that whatever this variable is containing, is it greater than 18? Obviously yes, right? And is less than 30. मतलब ये जो 20 है ना, 20 less than 30, is it true? Yes, of course. So these both conditions are getting true. That's why in the output we are getting true, right? And the next operator is OR operator. This returns true if at least one condition is true. See guys, all these operators must work on two values or two variables containing values, right? We can use it directly or we can use indirectly, like assigning the values to the variables. Okay, so remember this thing, all these operators, like all these conditional operators and logical operators, all this stuff must work on two values. Okay, so and the second operator is OR operator, returns true if at least one condition is true. Okay, see here in this example you guys can see that 5 greater than 10 or 20 greater than 10. Which one is true? 5 is greater than 10? No, wrong. 20 is greater than 10? Yes. So this one is true and this one is false. At least one should be true. That's why we are getting output as true. This one is true, right? So let us step into the next operator that is known as NOT operator. NOT operator, it will works vice versa. That means reverse the Boolean value. If it is true, then it will return false. If it is false, then it will return true. Print not true, it will return false. Print not false, it will return true. Obviously, in this word only there is the meaning. Not means nahi. So output is true, and here the output is false. So let us step into the next concept that is known as conditional statements. What are conditional statements? Till now we learned logical operators and comparison operators. So now we are stepping to learn conditional statements. So what are conditional statements? Conditional statements allow Python to make decisions based on conditions. Okay, these statements will help us to create or work according to the conditions that we are going to create with these statements, conditional statements. Python uses the if statement. Syntax is if condition, and then we have to use this colon simply, and then statement. This is the syntax. Conditional statement if, and then condition, and then colon, and then statement. Understand? So here you guys can see the example. Here we are assigning number 18 to the age variable, and then we are giving the condition that if age greater than or equals to 18, and simply we are giving the colon here and then statement. print eligible to vote. Getting my point? Here, this is the condition. First of all, this is the age variable, and then this is the condition that we are checking that is age is greater than or equals to 18. What will it returns? It will work on Boolean values, though that are true or false. If this condition is true, then it will go into this next line, or else it will directly get out of this statement, conditional statement. Got my point? Let us take here. So 18 is equals to 18. Obviously true. It will definitely print eligible to vote. That's why here we are getting the output as eligible to vote. Getting my point? Let us work on these statements, operators, with these operators and statements on VS Code at the last of the session. And then the next conditional statement is if else statement. Here you guys can see that if else statement. That means if the condition gets true, then it will go into this condition statement, or else it will go to the else part. Okay, so this is the syntax I am writing on the screen. This is the if with condition and then statement, right? If it is true, then it will go to the statement. It will execute the statement. If it is false, then it will definitely fall back to the false statements. That means else statement, right? Else statement, whatever whatever we give in this else statement, that will be definitely executing. So here variable age is containing 16, and then we are giving the condition if age is greater than or equals to 18, then it will print eligible, else not eligible. You guys can see here age containing 16, the condition checking for age greater than or equals to 18. That means 16 greater than or equals to 18. Is it correct? Is it true or false? Obviously false. So it won't goes to the statement part. It will directly fall to the else part. So here you guys can see on the screen that print not eligible is there, statement is there. So that's why it is executing and the output containing not eligible, right? That is if else statement. And then the next statement is if else statement. It is simple. Elif means else if. That means this is the if statement, the first statement, and the next statement is elif condition. If condition is true, then it will execute, and then the next part is elif. If elif condition is true, then it will also execute, and these both are false, then it will directly fall to the else part. So you guys can see here marks variable containing 82. If marks greater than or equals to 90, that means 82 greater than or equals to 90. If it is true, then it will execute this one. And the next part is elif marks greater than or equals to 75. That means 82 greater than or equals to 75. Then it will execute this one. If either of these false, then it will execute else part. Okay. So here, which one is true? This one is false. Next, this will fall to the next part. So in this one is true. That means 82 is greater than or equal to 75. That means 82 is greater than 75. That's why here it is executing grade A. If both statements are false, then it will fall back to the else part. Okay. You all guys know that Python is an interpreted language. That means it will execute step by step, right? So first of all, it will see that is this correct? No, wrong. So that's why it is going to the next line, and in this next line, it will again checks that is it correct or not. So obviously here it is correct. That's why this one is executing. So output is containing grade A. And then the next concept is nested conditional statements. Simple. This is very simple. Conditional statements, I hope you guys understand. So a condition written inside another condition is called simply a nested conditional statement. That means one of let us assume this is an file. Okay. In this file, this is the first if condition, and inside this another if condition. I'm giving if inside if. That means first of all it will checks that the outermost condition, that means the outer if condition is true or false. If it is true, then the innermost if condition will be executes. Otherwise, if the outermost condition is false, then it will definitely false to the else part, or else it will come out of from the file. Okay. Simply in this example, age variable containing 22, and then the next variable citizen containing true value. And if age is greater than or equal to 18, this is the condition. If it is true, then it will go to the inside if condition. So the inner condition containing if citizen. If citizen means, I have to say one more thing. We can use this true or false directly in this condition. Obviously, true or false means conditions, right? If it is true, yes, it is a true condition. If it is false, it is false condition. So that's why if true, whenever the condition gets true, then only the statement will be executed, right? That's why citizen is true. That's why we are getting the output as eligible to vote. Let us re-verify this statement. Here, age is 22 and citizen is true condition. So we are checking the first outermost if condition, that age greater than or equals to 18. That means 22 is greater than or equals to 18. Obviously, 22 is greater than 18. That's why it is going inside innermost condition. It is going to the innermost condition, and in this condition, it is checking that if citizen, that means if true, obviously true, then only it will gets to the statement that is executing eligible to vote. That's why we are able to seeing here that eligible to vote in the output part. And the another example is here, username is admin and then password is 1234. Here the condition checking that if username double equals to admin, that means this is the simply verifying operator, equals to operator simply in Python programming language. The single equals to operator is known as, obviously, that is known as assignment operator, right? So here it is checking that if username is equals to admin, then only it will enter to the next if part. This if checking the condition of password is equals to 1234. Obviously, password is equals to 1234. So finally, we are getting the output as login successful because these two statements are getting true. That's why the innermost statement is executing. That's why we are getting the output as login successful. Hope you guys understood. And the next concept is while loop. What is while loop? A while loop executes repeatedly as long as the condition is true. Till the condition gets false, the while loop executes itself repeatedly. Okay. The syntax is while, same condition, and then colon, and then statement. Here example you guys can see here. Yeah. In the only farak is, the only difference is in the for loop, we will be learning the conditions for the for loop in the next coming concepts. But while we are learning while loop, we have to must and should first of all initialize the variable to a particular range. Okay, value of the range. Okay, so here you guys can see here in the example, I am assigning it with I equals to 1. Matlab, this means the initialization part, it will start from 1. It is known as, it will be starting from 1. And the condition while I less than or equals to 5. That means this 1 will be coming here, and it will be checking here that 1 less than or equals to 5. Obviously true. Then only this will be executing. Print I. Right. Sorry. Print I. And then incrementing by 1. That means here, first of all, the initialization part of 1 will be checking here, verifying here that 1 less than or equals to 5 or not. Yes, of course it is. So that's why it is going inside, and the 1 will be printing here. And the next part is increment by 1. That 1 will be adding with another 1, then it will become I as 2. So again 2 will be coming here. 2 less than or equals to 5. Again true. So again print I. That means true. 2 will be getting here. Yes or no? Right? समझ आ रहा है ना? So again the 2 will be added with 1. So the I now becomes 3 and the 3 will be coming here in this condition, and again it will checks that is 3 is less than or equals to 5. Obviously true. Again it goes inside and the 3 will be getting in the output. So this is the process happens in while condition, while statement. Hope you guys understood. So again it will added by 1. So that's why 3 will be now becomes 4. 4 less than or equals to 5. Obviously true. That's why here we are getting 4. And then 4 will be added to the 1. It will become 5 now. So 5 less than or equals to 5. Obviously print I 5. And then the 5 will be now becoming 6. Here while checking 6 less than or equals to 5. Obviously false. That's why the loop will be terminating here. This is the while loop and the infinite loop. What is infinite loop? Infinite loop means the loop will continuously executing. That means there will be no limit or no particular point to stop. Right? Here while true, it will print hello, hello, hello. There is nothing else. There is no increment or there is no decrement or there is no initialization. Right? There is no condition. Simply this is it is giving here that simply true. That means obviously every time each and every execution will be containing true, 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 true. Right? That's why the output will be giving here hello, 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 hello. This is known as infinite loop. This loop never stops unless interrupted manually. So there will be some interruptions can be done by the programmers, right? We have to terminate or we have to interrupt the file manually, then only it will be terminating. And the next concept is for loop. So what is for loop? For loop क्या है? This for loop is used to iterate over a sequence. In the Python programming language, the for loop will work on a particular sequence. It will iterate over a sequence. Syntax is for variable in sequence and then statement. पहला वेरिएबल आएगा, इस वेरिएबल को हम चेक करेंगे, ये जो सीक्वेंस जो होगा उस सीक्वेंस में हम चेक करेंगे, वेरीफाई करेंगे, अगर वो ट्रू आएगा मतलब सही होगा, देन इट विल गो इनसाइड, देन ये स्टेटमेंट जो है वो एग्जीक्यूट होगा, राइट? सो ये जो एग्जांपल है ना, इससे जल्दी समझ आ जाएगा. लेट अस सी इनटू दिस एग्जांपल फॉर I in range 5, and this is the statement, and this is again also another keyword. So for I in range 5, that means this is a simple single statement we can easily use to get the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To get this output, we wrote this much of syntax, right? This is little confusing, right? So to instead of that, we can easily write this statement to get the same output. Okay. So for I in range of 5, it will print I. So you guys know that definitely it will start with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 values got printed, right? For I in range 5, it will start from 0. For I in 0, print 0. For I in 1, print 1. For I in 2, print 2. Likewise. So another example for I in range 1 comma 6, print I. That means this is the starting point and this is the ending point. Here, the important thing I want to share with you guys, the starting point, the starting range will definitely work accordingly. That means it will start from this range point only. That means it will start from 1 only. But while coming to the ending point, it will end, for an instance, assume this as n. Okay. This last range value, let us assume this as n. That means this iteration will stop at, or the iteration will terminate at the position n minus 1. That means 6 minus 1, that is 5. So we are getting from 1 to 5 here. Understood? Hope you guys understand. And then the another example is name variable containing Python value, and for letter in name print letter. That means this is an new variable. We are giving here condition that for letter in name, that means letter in name, each and every letter will be printed and then print letter. First will be P and then Y and then T, then H, then O and then N. This is the output. So the next concept is nested for loop. What is nested for loop? Same as nested conditional statements. That means a for loop inside another for loop is called a nested for loop. Nested means one inside another. So here in this example, you guys can see that for I in range 3 and inside this for j in range 2, print I comma j. That means this will be work as rows and this will be work as columns simply. Okay, so for I in range 1, first of all, it will start from 0 and then we'll go inside and then this will also start from 0. So 0, 0 will be got printed, right? And then for I in range 1, for j in range 1, 1, 1. Simply see guys, first of all, it will work on this for I in range 3. That means for I will be 0 and then for j in range 2. That means j will start from 0, 1, 2. For 0th row, it will print 0, 1, 2. See, that is the main concept. It will only print till 0 and 1. I'm checking you guys that the range will be definitely ends where n minus 1th position, right? That means here we will be getting only 0 and 1 for 0th row. Okay, likewise it will print one another one. So for 0th row 0, 1 and then for the first row again 0, 1. Likewise we will be getting the output. Yeah, simple guys. Like I have said that it will start from 0. For 0th row there are two values, 0 and 1, right? First of all row and then colon. That's why it will take two zeros and 0, 1. 0th row containing 0 and 1. That's why 0, 0, 0, 1. And then again this I will become 1, right? So for 1th row it will again print 0, 1. So 1, 0, 1, 1. And then it will becomes 2. Further 2 again 0, 1. So 2, 0, 2, 1. That's why we are getting the output here, because here range 3, that means n minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2. And here range 2, that means 2 minus 1, 1, 0 comma 1 and 0 comma 1 comma 2. That is the concept of nested for loop. So let us step into the next concept, that is nested while loop. What is nested while loop? A while loop inside another while loop is called a nested while loop. Simple. एक ही बात है ना, nested for loop, nested while loop एक ही बात है, लेकिन सीखना है, समझना है. That's it. Example you guys can see here. First of all, I am initializing the variable I with 1 and then while I less than or equals to 3, inside it j equals to 1, while j less than or equals to 2, initializing new variable j equals to 1 and then while j less than or equals to 2, print I comma j and then incrementing both values, first of all inside and then second outside. So it will give us, first will be starting from 1 and then it will go inside here 1 less than 3, obviously 2, and again it will go here starting from 1, 1 less than or equals to 2, print I comma 2. That means 1 comma 1 will be printed, right? And then 1 comma 2 also printed, because till this one less than or equals to 2, again it will increment by 1, 1, j will be incremented by 1, it will become 2, it will come here 2 less than or equals to 2, true. That's why we are getting 1, 1, 1, 2. And after this 1 will be incremented by 1 again, it will go, see here it will be initializing as a 2 now, so 2 less than or equals to 3, again true, it will go inside j equals to 1, but now j become 2, 2 or 1, 1 only, because it will start from new but it will be same, right? Because the last iteration is this one, this condition is the last. So 2 less than or equals to 3, it is 2, again j will be initializing with 1, 1 less than or equals to 2, yes, print both will be printed, and then again this 1 will be incremented by 1, so it will become 2, 2 less than or equals to 2, again true. That's why we are getting output as 1 2 for second row. That is the nested for while loop. And then the next concept is random numbers in loops. What are random numbers in loops? Random numbers can be generated repeatedly using loops. We can generate, or it can be generated repeatedly using loops. So for that, we have to initialize the random module. We have to import the random module, and then we have to use the for loop, for range, for condition in this range, in this iteration sequence. So for I in range 5, print random dot randint 1 comma 10. रेंज तो 5 तक ही है. प्रिंट रैंडम डॉट रैंडम ये स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है, ये एंडिंग पॉइंट है, मतलब ये भी 1 से लेकर 9 तक चलेगा, राइट. सो रैंडम इंटीजर्स आएंगे, मतलब 1 से लेकर 10 के बीच में कुछ भी वैल्यूज आ सकता है. पहला क्या करना है, रैंडम मॉड्यूल को इंपोर्ट करना है, एंड देन फॉर, एंड देन ये तो कंडीशन हो गया, एंड देन इन, एंड देन सीक्वेंस आइट्रेशन. फॉर कंडीशन इन दिस आइट्रेशन we have to print random dot rand integers 1 comma 10. 1 से लेकर 10 के बीच में कुछ भी वैल्यूज आ सकता है, 5 वैल्यूज आ सकते हैं, राइट. That's why in this possible output we are getting 5 8 2 10 7. And another example is random module को import कर रहे हैं, and then count को एक के साथ initialize कर रहे हैं, and then while count less than or equals to 5, while count less than or equals to 5, we are printing random numbers इनके बीच में 100 और 999, राइट, in between 100 and 999. So we can get from 1 to 5 values randomly in between this range, and we are using this iteration condition count plus equals to 1. एक के बाद एक के बाद एक के बाद एक क्या होगा, एक से बढ़ेगा. So we are getting these possible outputs. And the final concept in the second unit is encapsulation and generalization. What is encapsulation? Encapsulation means placing reusable code inside a function so it can be called whenever needed. Encapsulation means placing reusable code inside a function so it can be called whenever needed. मतलब एक reusable code को एक function के अंदर place करना है ताकि हम उसको कभी भी उसको चाहेंगे तब उसको यूज कर पाएंगे, उसके लिए एनकैप्सुलेशन यूज होता है. That is what saying here, encapsulation means placing reusable code inside a function so it can be called whenever needed. जब चाहिए तब यूज कर पाएंगे, उसी को एनकैप्सुलेशन कहते हैं. इस एग्जांपल में हम देख सकते हैं, पहले ये जो कोड है ना, एग्जांपल जो कोड है, हम इसको फंक्शंस में पढ़ेंगे. अभी तक सिर्फ समझने के लिए ट्राई कीजिए आप लोग. हियर दिस इज द कीवर्ड दैट इज नोन एज डेफ. दिस इज द फंक्शन नेम, एंड देन दिस इज द स्टेटमेंट प्रिंट वेलकम टू पाइथन, एंड देन कॉलिंग ऑफ द फंक्शन. इसका मतलब ये है, ये जो कोड है ना, ये जो फंक्शन है, ग्रीट फंक्शन है, ये स्टोर होगा एक फाइल के अंदर. मतलब ये जो रियूजेबल कोड है ना, ये होगा इसके अंदर, एंड देन ये जो होल कोड होगा स्टोर होगा एक फाइल के अंदर. ठीक है ना. सो ये जो कोड है ये स्टोर होगा इस फंक्शन के अंदर, एंड देन वी आर कॉलिंग द फंक्शन ग्रीट एट द लास्ट ऑफ द कोड. अगर इसको हम 2-3 प्रॉब्लम्स या 2-3 कॉन्सेप्ट्स के बाद अगर हम चाहेंगे ना, तब भी यूज कर सकते हैं इसको, बिल्कुल यूज कर सकते हैं. इसी को हम कहते हैं एनकैप्सुलेशन. सो व्हेनेवर वी वांट, फॉर एन इंस्टेंस, दिस इज द first function we created, and then we did assume that we did some problems or some stuff of the code after this question, and after writing that stuff we can again call this function to get this same code. that is known as encapsulation, and the output will be welcome to Python. So finally, what is generalization? Generalization means writing functions that work for different inputs using parameters. इसका मतलब यह है हम फंक्शंस के अकॉर्डिंग कोड को लिखेंगे ताकि वो जो इनपुट्स जो होगा वो जो फंक्शंस के हिसाब से वर्क कर पाएंगे। वो जो इनपुट्स होंगे ना फंक्शंस के अंदर पैरामीटर इनपुट पैरामीटर्स जो हम यूज करेंगे उसके अकॉर्डिंग फंक्शंस काम करेंगे, राइट? सो दैट हियर इन दिस एग्जांपल सेम डेफ कीवर्ड ग्रीट इसके अंदर पैरामीटर्स है यूजेबल पैरामीटर्स यूजिंग इनपुट यूजिंग पैरामीटर्स, मतलब इसको हम क्या करेंगे, इसको करेंगे हम वेरिएबल जैसे ट्रीट करेंगे इसको। इसके अंदर क्या करेंगे, इसके अंदर कर रहे हैं हम प्रिंट वेलकम नेम। नेम मतलब वेरिएबल है पैरामीटर है, उसको हम इधर कॉल कर रहे हैं प्रिंट कर रहे हैं। एंड देन ग्रीट जीवन मतलब जब हम कॉल करेंगे ना तब हम देंगे वैल्यू, वैल्यू देंगे उसी पैरामीटर को। ये जाएगा अब इस पे, अब ये वैल्यू जाएगा इसके अंदर। इसके अंदर हम क्या कर रहे हैं, प्रिंट कर रहे हैं वेलकम नाम। नाम क्या है, जीवन। नाम इधर आएगा जीवन। अब आउटपुट में क्या आएगा, एट द एंड हम क्या कर रहे हैं, दूसरी वैल्यू को दे रहे हैं। दूसरी वैल्यू के साथ कॉल कर रहा है फंक्शन को। फंक्शन नाम है ग्रीट, ये वैल्यू जाएगा इस पे, नेम की वेरिएबल के नाम पे जाएगा, है ना, इस पे जाके स्टोर होगा। अब पहला कॉल पे आएगा वैल्यू जीवन, वेलकम जीवन आएगा आउटपुट में। अब दूसरी वैल्यू पे आएगा राहुल, वेलकम राहुल आएगा। ये होता है जनरलाइजेशन। सो दिस इज द सेकेंड यूनिट कॉन्सेप्ट। एंड अभी तक तो वीडियो ज़्यादा बढ़ रहा है इसीलिए मैं अब करूँगा एंड। अब ये जो प्रैक्टिस का सेशन होगा ना ये आएगा अगली सेशन में। सो लेट अस मीट इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन। तब तक के लिए जय हिंद, तब तक के लिए थैंक यू। Enjoy the second unit and then I hope all the concepts are clear. If you guys have any doubt you guys can definitely comment in the comment section or else you can directly message me. I will be definitely replying you guys. So the practice session and problem session will be coming in next session. So thank you. Be safe, be secure, be practice.